A new flag for a new nation. John Paul Jones raised a flag like this one over the Serapis after his ship, the Bonhomme Richard, defeated it in the battle. As you have learned, French flags, Dutch flags, Spanish flags, and English flags flew all over America. It was not until the Revolutionary War that the United States needed its own flag. There are legends about who designed and sewed the first American flag. There are also some facts of which we are sure. Red, white, and blue stripes? In 1778, Benjamin Franklin and John Adams were asked to describe America's new flag for the King of Naples. The flag they described was not quite the same as the flag described by Congress. Here is what Benjamin and John said. It is with the pleasure that we acquaint your excellency that the flag of the United States of America consists of 13 stripes, alternately red, white, and blue. A small square in the upper angle, next the flagstaff, is a blue field with 13 white stars denoting a new constellation. This actually comes close to describing the flag that John Paul Jones raised over the Serapis after it surrendered to the Bonhomme Richard, which we just saw here. So you can see the similarities. The Legend of Betsy Ross. When Betsy Ross was an old woman, she told her grandson a story. She said that in June 1776, 3 men came to her house in Philadelphia. One was her husband's uncle, George Ross. One was a man named Robert Morris, and one was General George Washington. These men knew that Betty was a seamstress. She made her living sewing flags and upholstering furniture. They asked her to use her skills to sew a flag for the new nation. Betsy agreed to try. She looked at a rough sketch the men had drawn. Then she went to work. When she finished the flag, General Washington presented it to Congress. There is no evidence to prove that the story about Betsy Ross is true. There is no evidence to prove it untrue either. The making of a flag probably would have been a secret affair, which might explain why no record of the visit to Betsy's house exists. In addition, General Washington was indeed in Philadelphia at that time. However, that was before the Declaration of Independence had been adopted, so there would not yet have been a need for the new flag since there was not yet a new country. Betsy Ross is often given credit for sewing this flag design. The nation's first flags. In the first 2 years of the Revolutionary War, American soldiers fought under many flags. For example, South Carolina patriots carried a yellow flag on which was curled a rattlesnake ready to strike. Below the snake appeared these words, "Don't tread on me." Ships sailing for the state of Massachusetts often sailed under a flag on which a pine tree appeared. At that time, there was no recognized national flag. The closest one was a flag that had red and white stripes, but instead of stars, the upper left-hand corner had a smaller version of Britain's flag. This version of the flag often was called the Grand Union flag. On June 14, 1777, Congress made its first official mention of a flag for the nation. In the journal Congress kept was this entry: Resolved, that the flag of the United States be made of 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. The 13 stripes and the 13 stars both represented the original 13 colonies. The flag changes again. By 1794, the Revolutionary War was long over. The United States has grown larger by 2 states. To show this change, Congress ordered that the nation's flag have 15 stripes and 15 stars. That remained our nation's flag for the next 23 years. More states continued to join the Union. Congress realized that the number of stripes on our flag could not continue to grow. So, in 1818, it set the number of stripes again at 13 for the 13 original colonies. At the same time, Congress declared that each state would be represented on the flag by a white star. Ever since, every time a new state has joined the Union, a new star has been added to the flag. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We look upon our flag as a symbol of the Union, freedom, and justice. Historically, the red of the flag stands for courage, the white for liberty, and the blue for loyalty. Since the number of stars shows the growth of our nation, the flag is not only an emblem, but a history of our nation as well. It should be important to all Americans to fly the flag from their homes on national holidays and other patriotic occasions. When we pledge allegiance to our flag, it is not a pledge to any person or political party, but to the United States Constitution and its ideals. When the flag passes in a parade or during ceremony of raising or lowering the flag, all persons present should face the flag, stand at attention, and salute. Flag code rules. Number 1, the flag should be flown only from sunrise to sunset. 2, the flag should be hoisted briskly and lowered slowly. 3, when displayed against the wall, the Union should be on top and to the flag's own right, your left. If the Union is down, it is a symbol of dire or distress. 4, the flag may be used to cover a casket but should not be lowered into the ground. 5, in a procession, the flag should always be in the front. 6, shown with flags of states or other groups, the flag should be in the center and the highest. 7, shown with flags of other nations, the American flag should not be flown higher than others. 8, the flag should never be used as a cover or carrying device. 9, the flag should be displayed daily and especially on national holidays. 10, the flag should never be used for advertising. 11, nothing should be attached to the flag. 12, the flag should not be lowered to any person or thing. 13, the flag should never touch the ground. 14, worn flags should be burned and not thrown in the trash. 15, on a speaker's platform, the flag should be displayed at his right if it is on a staff or on the wall behind him if it is flat. 16, flags flown from fixed staffs are placed at half staff to indicate mourning. The flags so used should be raised to the peak and then lowered to half staff. It is again raised to the peak before lowering. This is the evolution of the many flags that have been used in our country. The one with the pine tree that was mentioned in the reading there in 1775. There's another variation of the pine tree there down below in 1775 again. And then you'll see some of the ones that were also mentioned in the reading in 1776, the Grand Union flag, as well as the Betsy Ross flag. And then there's some other versions of flags with 13 stripes and 13 stars. I'm going to go through some of the other flags that we've had. Here's the John Paul Jones flag in 1779. In 1777, this was the official flag that was adopted by Congress. That was in the reading as well. In 1795, the flag with 15 stars and 15 stripes, that was in the reading. And then here we see the flags changing with the addition of states being added to the country. So there's 20 stars, 21 stars, 23 stars, and it tells us the states that were entering the Union at that time. The Bennington flag is one of my favorites. I like this one here. And then we have 24, 25, and 26 with those states being added to the Union. And again, we have our other stars being added for the states being added to the Union, all the way up to 33 on this page in 1859. Continuing on, there are some other flags throughout the years as well that are different than just the traditional stars on the flag. But here now we're up to 38 stars in 1877. Our flag that we currently have has been our flag since 1960 with the addition of Hawaii to the United States. And that is our 50 stars. And you'll see at the very bottom here, we have a proposed flag with 51 stars if we were ever to add a 51st state to the country.